Hello, my name is Maya Alvarez. This is my podcast called In My Area, where I talk about topics in my area that I'm interested about. Today, my topic is on the Clovis Point. The oldest dated human artifact known to exist in North America is the Clovis Point. It has been determined to be 14,000 years old. The Clovis Point was found at Blackwater Draw. Blackwater Draw is between Clovis and Portales. It used to be a watering hole in its prime. It brought many early humans there to use the water and hunt big animal game. Blackwater Draw is a archaeological site between Clovis and Portales. The Clovis Point is a type of arrowhead. So, what is unique about the Clovis Point is its shape that allows it to glide through the air. Since the Clovis Point is a significant finding between Clovis and Portales, I'm going to bring my friend Meredith in, who is from Clovis, and see what she knows about the Clovis Point and its importance. Here's Meredith.
Hi.
Okay, Meredith, so you're from Clovis, correct?
Yes, I lived there since elementary school.
Do you know anything of the Clovis Point, about the Clovis Point?
I don't think I've ever actually really heard of it until now.
Okay. You know nothing of the Clovis Point. Do you know anything about Blackwater Draw?
I've driven by it a few times, going back to Clovis and stuff, but I haven't really heard that much about it.
Okay, so the Blackwater Draw site, in its prime, it was a watering hole. It was discovered in 1929, but wasn't excavated until the 1930s. With this excavation, many things were found, the most relevant being the Clovis Point and mammoth bones. So, the Clovis Point is a hunting tool used by early Clovis people to hunt big game animals. And we know they were hunting mammoths because intermixed with the mammoth bones that they found were Clovis points. According to my research, I found an article, The Clovis Man 2004, that states, anthropologists and archaeologists know Clovis men exist because they found arrow points made of flint and the skeletal remains of mammoth and bison. So this means that the Clovis people were using these arrowheads that they were making and sourcing, and they were using them to hunt big game. So, it might not seem like it, but the arrowhead, they were using this Clovis Point as technology because they were being innovated in the way that they were using it. They were hunting big game animals to make their life easier. It's also innovative for its time because the material that they were made out of was not from this area. So they were going out and they were scavenging these materials from places outside of this area. Do you know Dr. Asher?
I've heard of him, but I don't.
Dr. Asher is actually an archaeologist professor here, and I had the opportunity to meet with him, and this is what he had to say. He says, you can see that they are moving these rocks hundreds of miles, so they are going to an area where you can get high-quality stones to make a spear point like this, and then they bring it with them to sites like the Clovis site. This shows the adaptiveness and the knowledge that the Clovis people had to know that they needed this material, and they were going other places to find it, and then they were bringing it back and leaving it places they knew they would come back to when the seasons changed to hunt animals and survive there. Not only were the Clovis people using the Clovis Point, but they're also making other hunting tools to use to make life easier for them. The Atalatus was, so basically they would take the Clovis Point and they would attach it to a spear. And then the Atalas was the holder of the spear, and they would put it in there, and then they would put their hand back and fling it so that it would give them a better advantage of hitting their target at a rapid speed. They were hitting it from a distance so they didn't have to be up close. And this is one way where we see the Clovis adapting to their environment.
This is all really cool. Where can I learn more?
There's actually an on-campus museum called the Blackwater Draw Museum where you can go and you can see exhibits of the Clovis Point and mammoth bone. I actually visited the museum to get some of my data, and I think it does a really good job on explaining what Blackwater Draw site was, how it was excavated, and what they found, and the importance of all of that. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
The Blackwater Draw site might not seem like much today, but in spite of its appearance now, it is one of the most essential archaeologist sites in North America. Through the excavation of Blackwater Draw site, we have found many artifacts that not only show us how the early humans lived, but their adaptiveness and intelligence. Bye!